what has been interesting to see over the last few weeks now, I mean, we're almost to a month now of a Trump presidency, 3.5 weeks or so, is all of these new moments that people are not used to seeing. They're not necessarily used to paying attention to all of the confirmation hearings. They're not used to all these executive orders going out and then to see how the pushback works, to see how the pardoning process works. A lot of this is new to a lot of Americans, and it's not unlike Elon going through and saying, look at all of the waste. It's similar in to say, look at your law, your government at work in terms of the judges and the legal system. But now we have a new sheriff in town, but we also have this new department going in to take care of business. And I think it's pretty enlightening for a lot of Americans to see what we're wasting money on and how you can get involved and actually make changes within organizations that do maybe need to exist in some form. I don't know if the IRS needs to exist in the form it's in right now, but you understand why there are these departments, but the waste is out of control.
Absolutely. So for too long, all American people have been squirming under the arbitrary bureaucratic power of the IRS. America's most feared agency has been the IRS. Now it's the IRS's turn to squirm under the scrutiny of DOGE. And all American people have never been happier. You can hear champagne corks popping in Maine, in Florida, in Chicago, and Los Angeles. Because this is, I think, a fantastic day for the American people. We can now finally see what is under the hood of the IRS, and I think it will ultimately prove very, very ugly.
Well, and Professor Hutchison, the IRS is an organization, a government agency that the ACLJ had to fight aggressively against when it came to their targeting of the Tea Party, as well as many other times they've gone after Christian organizations. They've gone after people that lean right politically. So it was a department that was infected with politics and using one of the most scary powers of the government, the ability to get in and mess with your finances, to either imprison you or audit you, or all of these things that the IRS has the power to do. We've had to fight head on with the IRS, but now they're getting a taste of the medicine they have been giving to the American people by having an audit. And the left wants you to think that every bureaucracy, every dollar in that bureaucracy is essential. And we know that isn't the case because of the way budgets and allocations from Congress work and discretionary spending, that there is so much baked in. Like, even if you didn't go after fraud, if you just went after waste, you could save the American taxpayer so much money. And instead of looking at it being a taxing problem, as the left wants it to be, that we need more of the American people's money, in reality, it is their own spending problem in every one of these bureaucracies that has gotten the American people into the crisis of financial stability of our country that we see.
I think you're absolutely correct. And it's important for listeners to remember that the Biden administration guesstimated that the waste, fraud, and abuse in the federal government reached up to $500 billion. That's the Biden administration.
The Biden number.
That's not DOGE. That's not Donald Trump. And who can forget what the IRS has done in targeting and harassing the Tea Party, harassing conservatives, harassing religious organizations, and then arbitrarily denying these organizations their 501c3 status, and the ACLJ has had to fight on behalf of these organizations again and again. And so the IRS continues to engage in this harassing, repetitive behavior. And I think at the end of the day, the chickens have now come home to roost. And again, the American people are very happy about it.
We can briefly mention the ACLJ is involved. We've got a new filing that just happened.
That's right. We filed 3 briefs on Wednesday of this week two of which were about the funding freeze, one of which was specifically about DOGE. We have a second one today that we have filed about DOGE as well.
This is our fourth case this week.
That's right. So what these all are related because it's all about President Trump's ability to direct the executive branch to follow the policy and the prerogatives of this president. And the left, special interest groups are all fighting back. Our brief has been accepted by 3 out of the 4 judges, 2 in D.C., 1 in New York. The one that has not, that was rejected, was the judge out of Rhode Island that took it upon himself to go way above and beyond in his order on his temporary restraining order, saying that all funding freezes, not just a blanket one, any spending has to be paused. Yeah. And this judge who took it upon himself to go that broad also says, I don't want to hear from anyone else on this. So no amicus briefs. So, but we have filed in these. So our lawyers have worked very hard. And the one in D.C. that we filed today that was on the funding freeze was accepted immediately by that judge in D.C.
I want to take a quick call real quick, and then we'll get to Harry because it's connected. Let's go to Robert in Alabama on line 3, who's watching on Salem News Channel. Robert, you're on the air.
If these judges can tie our president's hand, our great president's hands, we have no representative government.
Yeah, Robert, I think this is a conversation that now is happening. People are seeing this in action. Harry's joining us. I'd love to get your response to that.
One of the things that we should remember is that during the last campaign, the Democrats said that our democracy was at risk. And now we are seeing first and foremost, that yes, our democracy is at risk when Article 3 judges ignore the Article 2 power of the President of the United States. And so I think the caller essentially is correct.
And the ACLJ has been involved in these kind of situations since our founding, since the early 90s. And you need to be involved as well, because we do that. We take up these clients absolutely no cost. We can't do that without you, because that's how it works. We can offer it to no cost to the clients because people like you, individual supporters and ACLJ champions, people that give on a monthly recurring basis. So I'm going to encourage you right now to become an ACLJ champion if you can. But either way, make a tax-deductible gift. We urgently need your support. We're filing in court today. We are so excited to announce the ACLJ's brand new app, completely redesigned to provide you with the best tools available to partner with us at the ACLJ. You can watch the daily Secular program, sign the petitions, customize your ACLJ membership experience, donate with the click of a button, and receive up-to-the-minute critical updates that the mainstream media can't censor. Just scan the QR code on your screen or go to your phone's app store, search ACLJ, and click install. It's that simple.